It's preparing.
It says it's being live streamed, so I should be able to find it.
Done.
Yeah, here it is.
Do I put a title?
Yeah, sure. Say grid activations. I don't know. That's so funny.
I'll put it after. Let's have a look. Are we on live now? Hello.
Hello, everybody. All right. Okay, so I tagged you on my post. Yeah, what's a crazy couple weeks?
Yes.
Are you sharing it on your
yeah,
your global?
It's doing it now. I'll put the title after because I never know what we're going to talk about.
Yeah, I mean, what we think the title's going to be and what's going to end up happening, two different things probably, right?
Yeah. I'm just going to put it on my... Oh, you sent it to me.
Yeah, I know, I tagged you, yeah.
So I don't have to do anyone down. Let me just check it's on global. I think it is. I know, I'll share it to my public share now, public share to feed. Right, that's it. All done.
So before we get into our mission, it's May 20th, 2023. We've been doing probably well over 50 light missions over the years, probably a lot more. There's 30 or plus just on your YouTube alone, and plus the ones we don't share, right?
Well, I've got one that we haven't shared. My Orion one's still on my YouTube. I just got pressed.
No. People need to go and have like spiritual hygiene for a week after that.
Yeah, you can watch the video, but then you got to do David's spiritual hygiene.
Yeah. No, it's seriously. I remember we were cleaning our energy for 3 days after that one. That was a crazy one.
I had gooey spiders at the healing center.
That was like a conclusion of the Orion Wars, in a way. That one, right? Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty tough. Wow, there was so much going on at the planet at that time. So many big entities still on Earth at the time. Like we keep pegging off these huge entities over the years, like that were part of like the keeping everybody oppressed. Like there's been crazy missions. We've cleared out draconian bases, tunnel systems.
The Orion was one of our best.
Yeah. And that was back in the day when that Dark Queen was it wasn't Lilith. Queen. Yeah. She was a hindrance for many years in our matrix. For longer than people realize. She actually goes back like millions of years as one. She was one of the prime dark force leaders, if you want to call it that, but like she was
her dad's one of my aspects.
Her what? Her dad.
Her dad's one of my aspects. That's how crazy the light world is.
Yeah. But she ended up going to the light sometime after that. It wasn't too long, but we did get her into the light. Yeah. Eventually. She's tricky though. She was a tough one because she was it was because of her that we're not showing the video because she's just so dense. It's just gross energy. You don't need it.
Yeah. True.
Let's talk about the last 2 weeks because for me this has been the toughest in the whole time we've been doing missions and stuff. I'll share one story. If you want to share one story, and we'll just keep sharing stories for what we because we've both been doing different things, right?
And then we can do something maybe at the end.
Yeah, exactly.
You do your bit, I'll join you, and then you do my bit. That's what we do. We have an event each, and it always gets different. It changes. We actually don't know what's going to happen.
No, but we knew we had to come on and stuff. Like, where finally the energy's okay now, but it's just okay. Like, it's like there's clearly cleanup on aisle 3 that's still required at some level.
Yeah,
but this was the craziest attack on humanity ever in this whole ascension process. To me, I understand it after all this channeling, that it was more of consciousness fields, this huge collective purge that was coming up, then that ends up attracting other entities. Because and I've been talking to regular people too, and I've just been asking them, how's the last 2 weeks been for you? And most of it's, I'm irritated, there's anger feelings, and people don't get it who are not awake what's going on. They just feel like they're moody and they're in a bad mood, and then anybody who is playing around in polarity a little bit are probably doing a little crazy things. If I had to take a stab and guess at it, I would say that crime rates around the world were up by a lot in the last 2 weeks. If I had to take a throw a dart into the air on that one. But the first thing I noticed, I'll share this one. This density field that was connected to everybody. I thought we were getting attacked, honestly, because it was 100 feet long or more, and it just went on forever. And I could feel like it was trying to like get into me, and it was just all around. And I'm outside. I'm like immediately protecting my energy, concentrating on my shielding and doing all this stuff. And I go inside, and then finally by the third day, because throughout the night it was sucking my energy, and you'd feel heavy, and I'd had shields, but there was no way for me to freaking clear this until I finally merged with this, like the highest aspect that I know, and I was guided to it, and I was able to clear it with this thing called the immortality flame. But that was the craziest 3 days, and of this field. So that's one of my stories. You go ahead. That's just one of the stories.
What is your highest aspect that you connected?
She's like an eternity aspect. So she's like governs over the light beings.
Yeah.
And they're like watchers. They sort of watch over and guide over all of eternity. And they have blue flame eyes, right? And that's what their role is. They're like they work with most predominantly light beings, but they're also just bodies of information for any of the other councils of light or physical beings, just to provide them insights. They played a big role in before Terra got destroyed, old Terra, to tell the gods and goddesses of the time that there was a separation that happened from God, and eventually the separation is going to come after this whole universe, and you have to, and then so they can't influence anybody, but they can give information. So then the gods and goddesses were asking them information, and then through the questions and answers, they developed this plan to trap the density inside of our reality, basically, in this matrix.
But we're in that.
Hey,
my story. I have mentioned my story a little bit, but I've got to mention it again because it's so insane. But just before this story, I realize now that the Earth spiritual access is tilted out, and that's why we're in 3D. That's why we're low vibration. And if we can tilt it back to its original format, we're in New Earth. Simple as that. That's all we have to do. That's what I've been told anyway. And this was a story where one of the healers' sons started getting attacked, and that's where you're not asleep but you're not awake, sort of thing. It'd been dragged from upstairs into the living room by an unknown force. So that was a bit crazy. So what I found out, that his wife is pregnant, and one of her dreams was her belly lit up, star beings came in and basically lit the baby. In other words, the baby was a star child, star baby inside. And it had woken the dark underneath the house, and the whole town was very dark. So we went down, 3 of us, and we started clearly doing that love video that Sophie did. I started playing that on the phone, but I started doing candle magic to clear, and the other two started doing smudging. So we did it in the front room, but one room, the kitchen, and above it where the bedroom is, you couldn't breathe. You literally could not breathe in there. You had to go in there. There's no oxygen. And the window was open. Still no oxygen, because it was that dense, the energy. So what we did, we ended up going in a circle in the upstairs. I had my crystal bowl, my favorite one. And it actually changed. See that there? Can you see that black there? That's never been there before. That's the work. So I need to do a cleanse on that maybe.
Yeah.
So we went in a circle. I started doing light language. The woman started doing light language. And by bringing in pillars of light from our IS chakras, we created 3 vortexes around. Yeah. The 3 vortexes combined, and it started bringing in high vibrational energy in. Now, this high vibrational energy was going into underneath us, basically. And what we tapped into, that the ley lines were dark, and the ley lines were all meeting up into like hexagonal symbols. So when you see ley lines, they actually have a meeting point every section. I always thought they just go across, but they go into symbols. But this had been infiltrated when they took Earth. So we changed it. I had the Archangels they actually put swords into the ley lines and energized it. But as we're doing this, all the lost souls started coming forward and started escaping, if you get what I mean. We gave the dark beings underneath us a chance to go back through a portal that the angels had created back home, or we were just going to send them to source. Yeah. So in the end, we sent all the dark ones what stayed to source, but all of a sudden you could feel the dense energy just getting lifted. Yeah. It just dissipating. I could breathe again. Since then, it's been clear, absolutely been clear. But the old town got cleared. We thought we were doing the bedroom. We cleared the old town, and it was all the ley lines that was creating this like a prison underneath.
Yeah, I noticed too that they've positioned churches on major ley line points and stuff like that. And as you go into these churches, they'll have like different like fear-based like pictures, things, and like sadness energies and all this stuff, because they're pulling people's energies into these grid points, right?
Yeah.
So a bunch of us have been working on bringing in higher frequencies to those church points, That's why whenever you go into a church, mostly it's always dense and the energy feels off, right?
Yeah, definitely. Unless it's an old pagan church, and then it's a bit weird.
Yeah, but if you go into like a Hindu temple, it's very positive, because they're doing all these positive mantras and everything like that, right?
Mantras are brilliant. I agree with that. Yeah. I also, another story, I cleared a colony of spiritual parasites off someone. A colony, not 1 or 2. The whole body was keeping the person alive.
I'm really not surprised, like, because it was so thick. I've never felt such a thick, dense over the last couple of weeks as this collective purge was happening. So I started channeling around it, because once I was able to clear one of these fields, another one came, and I'm just like, what is this? And they're telling me this is like the demerging. This is the time of the ascension where the collective is demerging from these lower states. And like some of them are like wars. One of them was Genghis Khan timeline that you might be a little familiar with.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of people who participated that on the planet right now. And this mogul energy, like of demonic value, that was there back then, has resurfaced now on the planet because of this coming out of the collective. So that was a just huge dense field that we had to deal with on top of everything. And that's another one of the stories. Like, it was just craziest 2 weeks ever. And then here I am, I'm thinking we're done, right? Thinking everything's finished finally, right? And then I have this one-to-one session yesterday, and the customer comes on. I'm not even kidding you. Like, I'm feeling, this is the first day, like everything's clear in my chat, like everything is clear, right? It's just so clear. Whereas like that whole collective purge, I think we got through it for the most part. And then the client in the one-to-one, she, as soon as she logs on, and she's like, I'm sorry, I don't know, there's this energy on me, and I feel the same density, the same heaviness that I've been transmuting. I'm like, not again. No, not again. But I had no warning of it, right? So I'm just stuck in this field. I have no choice. And it literally took me 45 minutes just to break the field down so I can create sacred space. And as soon as I get through that, I see Hades. I'm like, holy shit. Right? I'm like, oh my shit. Like, we're in trouble now. I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, oh my God, what am I going to do? Like, how do I can't tell the client this right now. Like, this is just going to freak her out. And I'm like, and then, so what I end up doing is I quickly, like, I finally had sacred space, and I could see there was so much demonic energy in this field while I was breaking it down, but I had no choice because it's hitting me. It's all throughout their house, and I had no choice but to break this field down. And finally, when I get sacred space and I see Hades, and I actually think we're fucked. Beyond, like, I'm sorry, pardon my English, right? But I actually thought we were like, we're screwed. But I drop into my heart, and I quickly find the Divine Mother, and I'm like, Hades is here. Like, what am I supposed to do? And then she says, you're gonna have to go to his heart. Like, you can't fear this. You just got to go to his heart and heal it. And I'm like, oh my God. So I follow this crazy, it was like this cable of a cord, like this big black cord that was attached to her from Hades. It was huge, right? And if like I go to it, and I go right into Hades' heart, and I start like clearing it, and his whole energy is just shit. Pardon my French again, but this crap energy, right? This whole dense energy, right? And so after a point, I'm like, I can't do anything else to his heart. But and it's like I was able to release a lot of like consciousness, and but it was still like wasn't on for whatever reason. Like, his heart was just shut off. And then, but as this was going on, all of a sudden, like, my whole vision's getting clear. I'm seeing angels. I'm seeing the heaven realm. And then I'm seeing Yeshua, and he's coming forward, and he's got this golden key that has these little spiky edges all around it on the outside of the key. Almost looks like a skeleton key in a way, but not as big of an end. And then all this little like angelic light language written on it, and it was gold. And I said, what is this? And he says, well, it's the key to his heart. So I quickly grab it, shoot it into his heart. Then I open it up. Then I got to his divine spark. Then I went, boom, just like shot his light up, right up his crown, and then right down his like bodies, and then opened up his chakras and his fields, just to like to bring in this crazy light. And it's still another half an hour after that moment. They're still having to break down the destiny, retrieve all these souls that he was connected to, clear these cords, because he's connected to like everybody. There's like so many. I had to dissolve all these cords, and then finally there was a point where he was just light, and all of his impressions were just out of my mind. All of these, and I'm tuning in, and he's completely light. And I knew, and then of course they said, yeah, he's, and then so we just rise him into the light after that. And then I sit there and I look at the client, and I'm like, I bet you feel a little different now, hey? but it was like this, like, bam, I totally got hit with this like field, right? Like, it's like a surprise, poof, and like you got no choice but just to deal with it, basically. right?
I bet you didn't tell her at the time.
No, but she's hearing me, like I'm going in an angelic tongue. I'm going in, I'm commanding all of his minions out, all of his density. I'm commanding everything into the light. Like I'm going like totally crazy, like exorcist style. It was, and we didn't record it because I didn't have a chance to record it. Literally, it was that crazy. It was just bam with this field. And I'm like, oh my God, like what did I just log into? I was in the beginning of it before I understood what was going on. I'm like, look, man, like if you ever like realize something like this is happening, you got to give me a little heads up. Yeah, so I can work on it before, create some sacred space, and maybe work at some higher self, and just to help ease into the call instead of just like a grenade of density.
It's like one of them moments that you're not expecting. You just got to go with it.
That's it, right? Yeah.
Well,
you got any other stories of the last couple of weeks?
I have. I just forget them. I didn't do that many. Oh yeah, last night me and Deb did a conversation talk where people can give us a question and we talk about it. And one of them was an island, and it was bases, alien bases. It was quite amazing. What else was there? My brain goes blank. Oh, yeah, you tell a story, I'll try and remember.
One of the cool stories I have was like, within this whole time, I didn't know what to do, right? Like this is the first time I've been lost in the ascension, and it's just like I don't know how to what I'm supposed to do, and it's all this stuff that was going on, and I spiritually connected to this girl I know who's like one of the highest vibrational people I know, named Aria or Tatiana, and I'm like, I need help. I don't know how to I don't even know how to deal with all this collective purge. I just don't know how to deal with it. And her soul said, we need to find a hero, call Hercules, right? So I start going through my heart, because I've channeled Hercules before. And so I go through and I'm reaching out to him. And I'm like, Hercules, if you can hear me, like I need your help. I don't know what to do. And 10 minutes go by. And all of a sudden, you know how sometimes the divine will give you songs in your head and stuff. All of a sudden, I need a hero, dun dun dun, comes in my head. I'm like, and then I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, they're sending Hercules, right? So, and then all of a sudden Hercules says, I'm here, David. And I'm like, look, man, I don't know what to do. Thanks for help. Thanks for coming, but like, we need your help. Like, and he says, don't worry, David, I'll take care of those moguls. And that's when I realized the Genghis Khan, this part of it was the Genghis Khan collective field coming up. And then later on, Hercules to my mother, and kind of guided me through a process to become the I Am Light, and then merge it with everybody's fields. And that was a huge breakthrough. I did this live on it, and it was a huge to break up and clear off a lot of densities off of everybody across the planet. So that was kind of a cool moment, paging Hercules.
Did you get his signature?
It was funny because like the next day I thanked him, and he just said, look, you guys are the heroes, the light workers. That's what he said.
I've got another story, by the way. So.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, I was at the healing center. And what I do when I do at the healing center, I create this light bed, like I mentioned.
Yeah,
like your med bed, but it's a light bed. So it's like, and halfway through, I always merge with my Lemurian healer.
Mm-hmm.
And this day, on Tuesday, an healer had come, but couldn't do any healing because she was ill. Tonya, we know Tonya anyway. And she ended up meditating on the bed next to us. And I was thinking in my head, it's a shame I couldn't send her some healing. But when I was back to her, she said she saw the Lemurian Princess turn around in my body and come out face from the back.
Yeah,
started healing her.
That's cool.
So she said it was amazing to see it, to be honest, to actually see
it's so cool that you got that confirmation too, right?
Yeah, that's the second healer that's seen it. So but this time she actually came out the back of me. She must have turned around in my body, gone around the back and started healing her. And she said she looked very alien, but they are aliens, Lemurians, aren't they? They don't look like us. But
no, there's a whole bunch of different kinds. A lot of people just think it's Pleiadians, but there's Lyrans and Syrian Lemurians.
I also I did an event with Robin and Angel, and we went to the Lemurian temples, and I'm supposed to be the one. I'm the Neil of the world. That's what they said, not me.
What of the world?
I'm one of the main ones here. So yes, I got that, but I didn't want to say it because it sounds ego, doesn't it? It sounds really. So that was pretty cool.
No, you're one of the best I know. That's for sure.
Right. Where do I pay you?
You know what?
Hey, I bet 500. I bet 500.
We're gonna do is like we're going to see who's got more spiritual dollars on the other side, and could buy each other spiritual drink.
In the angelic world.
Yeah.
Well, what's funny is a lot of people here want to go to Ascension, but we come from outside Ascension. We come here to get everyone else out of this sort of recycling spiritual dark energy to lift the earth.
No, it hasn't been easy either. I can't believe the last 2 weeks. Like this was crazy. This is at a whole other level. Every single tool I had to use, and then some. I don't know how anybody really got through it, to be honest with you. Like I don't know what they would have done. Like I've literally used every gift I have just to get through it, and and then figuring out how to transmute all this stuff. Like it's, if I didn't know how to channel, if I didn't know how to do this and all these other things, like I would just have no clue. I would have just thought I'm doomed. I would have just been sitting there thinking, oh, guess we're doomed.
I'll tell you one. We went on an event once. I never told you this. After the event, I went to bed, and all they had in my head was like an Egyptian mechanism. And I couldn't get it out of my head. I literally couldn't get it out of my head, and it was like a clock. It just came about now because I never told that story to anyone. Yeah. So what happens with these events? You get things that you don't really expect. And sometimes it can take a while getting rid of them. Letting them go.
Well, there was a time, I think when we went, that might have been related to when we went and cleared off these curses within the halls of Amenti and on this Isis sacrifice that happened and all these different things that like were hidden. You remember they took her off planet, and I think they took her to Mars. Do you remember? We were like all of a sudden they took her to Mars and they sacrificed Isis on Mars. You remember that?
But one of the stories Juliet, typical, asked me last night, which beings have you got a crush on? And one of them was which ones do you think they are, if you know?
Well, obviously you're Andromedan Princess, right?
Yeah, that was one.
Yeah.
And the other one was Isis. Isis, which I think was Sophie's husband, because I went on an event and she tried to seduce me in meditation, and I was thinking, wow, but she knew me, so I'm sort of had an aspect there. So that's weird. What do you fancy doing tonight, David?
We'll figure it out. Just 1 second.
Everyone, he's not talking to his children. He's talking to talking to a spirit god next to him.
Yeah. I'm just thinking, out of all the aspects Venus, the goddess Venus, she's pretty seductive, energetically, and in feminine love energies. It's not a crush.
I can read your mind. I read your mind, you know.
Out of all of them, she was probably the most alluring, probably. But I keep it platonic, all my spiritual connections.
Yeah.
I just remember it was funny. This person is telling me the story about how they were making love to the Divine Mother and everything like that. I'm like, it wasn't the Divine Mother, trust me.
It might have looked like her. Might not been inside.
I said, please just trust me. Don't make love to them. Just like, it's the divine spirit is just there to help and to encourage and to lift up. Anything that is sexual is obviously
trickster.
Yeah.
I had something at 15 like that, trickster. But I enjoyed it. So.
Yeah. Well, you know.
15-year-olds.
Yeah.
Happens, doesn't it? I thought I was going to walk.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to walk on the wall. Actually,
I think I did something like that too when I was 13. Just a lonely kid. I don't know what you say.
Yeah, let's leave that one.
Yeah, you know, can we delete that out of the
13? I don't know.
When I was 13, yeah.
Yeah.
I was I think I was just asking for love. I just wanted. I never had a relationship. Not at that time. Anyway, just kind of it might have been all in my head. I don't know.
Yeah. Cool.
Shall we see what's going on?
You've gone red.
Yeah, I know. I can't believe you got that out of me. Oh God, it's so embarrassing. Okay.
To find the truth out of someone, admit something you've done, and the other one says it as well.
Yeah. No, it's true. You know what though? I mean, if you can't just be open about things, then what are you hiding from, anyways, right? Like,
exactly. It happens. It happens. That's what it is.
Exactly. All right. Well, let's figure out what we're supposed to do here today. I'm just going to connect with the light.
Pillars of light. I always wondered what you meant that until people used to say, "Oh, pillars of light come down" when I'm doing healing.
Well, who are you going to call in?
One story before we do. Someone who'd had something into the blood. The chakras, the 11 chakra, and is a door to the Akashic. It actually had an octopus on it. I had to kill an octopus, but I was in a different aspect. So I'm calling in Crystal Source Everett. She's brilliant. And I might call in Raphael and Irving. I'll call about 4. And
I'm just going to call it, it's all that is light, oversoul, higher self. Archangels, ascended masters, divinities, and councils.
Emil wants to join us. Saint Germain wants to join us.
That makes sense. So like this didn't just happen in this reality. This happened in all realities. So the infinity matrix was compromised because of this. So we actually, whatever we're doing with grid work, clearing anything, we'll have to connect to the infinity and just make sure we cross the healing over to all realities and timelines and dimensions. So definitely we want to strengthen the crystalline network, bringing it to the grids again, clearing the ley lines, like you're saying.
How dark these ley lines? I want to see a glow. I want to see all the ley lines white, flattened and round. Can't we just try and tilt the Earth back to its original blueprint?
That's right.
Or will that just be too much further?
Yeah, we're approaching the time anyways. Get it all done. You remember the capstones that were in the pyramids and stuff?
Yeah, I was thinking of pyramids, huh?
Yeah, so we can connect to the old capstone energies, a really high crystalline frequency, and just re-put them energetically
into the ley lines.
Yeah, and also into the tops of the pyramids again.
Yeah.
The capstones were removed a long time ago.
That's like gold crystal, isn't it?
Yeah. After the infinity matrix, all timelines, dimensions, realities, all that we do. And the mountains and the volcanoes and everything that's part of the grid network as well.
I can feel that energy around my body already. More so crystalline earth, the old Vandala crystals. I'm trying to get them to connect to the ley lines.
Sorcerer's light. Mages, magicians, all of these sorcerers of the light of the past are connecting right now. So we're going to go ahead and clear out these ley lines.
Yeah.
For these sorcerers of light. Obviously, you know, Merlin's here, but so is a lot of the ancient druids.
A lot of these ascended masters got like the spark, the magic spark. Magic spark can help us.
The reversing. There's a lot of dark magic on the ley lines.
Definitely.
And reversing them.
In the crystalline earth, that was disconnected from the ley lines on a majorities, and that's what needs to be connected. Feeling lighting up.
Right, so we'll reconnect the crystalline to the grid networks, and yeah.
I'm being drawn to place in like a base underneath that's actually powering up the ley lines with the dark magic. Just trying to locate.
It's reptilian. Reptilian energy. Not the normal kind of reptilian either, like the really gross fourth dimensional fear feeding. They eat the fear energy off of people when they sleep. The really dense, gross kind. Well, let's just go ahead and light. Hold on, let me just see what are we supposed to do.
I'm trying to work that one out. Yeah, just destroy it. I was thinking of reversing it and doing it for us, but it's not worth it. Just take it out.
A lot of the fear models run through the ley lines.
Yeah.
I'm just tracing their networks. This is on like a US base, I think, somewhere.
Yeah. I'm also told that part of it is connected to 4D as well, somehow. Yeah. Just destroy the tech. Yeah. Good old mercenaries in there.
Go after all their hearts at the same time and just shoot light through them. Let's bring down some central sun energy over here too.
I was thinking that. I'm just bringing the team in. I forgot to bring them in before. They're going to help me. I just got injured on my ankle. Sorry. Come on, quick.
I'm going to actually change their code. I'm going to upgrade them to a source codex because they have dark code on all their fields. They're manipulating their own codes. I'm gonna reconnect them all to source codes. Just this is, I know you're battling them and stuff like that, but I'm gonna upgrade them to light. Just be easier. Because when you heal their consciousness, it'll also heal the consciousness out of everybody as well, who they're feeding off of, who they're connected to and everything, right? Yeah.
What we're actually doing in this base, we took over the plasma tech. We're going to reverse it and send white light in the ley lines. Perfect. And then we'll destroy it. That's what we're going to do. So there's going to be like a big injection of light from the ley lines. The alarm going off now, it's overloading.
Taking care of all these ships right now. So these reptilian ships do not like what we're doing.
It's just been a wave going through the air. Plasma tech, we're going to take it out now. Energy balls. Dragons. We brought a few dragons.
Anybody's watching, you don't have to worry. We have this totally under control. They're not. Nobody's attacking anybody here. They're not you. We. Just think of them. They're like babies, right? Like the way I look at them, they're like baby consciousnesses. Like there's like thousands of them, but it's just like holding a baby at the same time and bringing them back to the light. It's really. And they're younger, very much younger in their soul, like evolution, and they have zero power over anything of the light. Like that's why they go after people in their sleep, because they can't do anything while somebody's awake. They just have zero power. They're basically like scavengers. So I'm just I'm just bringing connecting all to the light, reversing their own codexes, going back to source level, all their ships and everything. And it's all being taken care of, and Phil's taking care of the technology side, reconnecting the grids. He had a couple of key things. He had people that were trying to stop him, but it's no problem. We totally have this under control.
It's just been enormous energy flowed right through everywhere. Right through all the ley lines, and the ley lines have got like symmetrical shapes now, lighting up. The resonance tomorrow is going to be mad, or later on today. Sorry, weekend. The dragons are just fireballing their place now.
Okay. Now I'm just looking for ones that are hiding in dimensions. Clear them out. Make them to the light.
We're actually going into the connection with the 4D building. So I'll be doing a bit of destruction there, I think. Get taken out. Just sending in tons of energy into it now. Let's see if we can. I'm just trying to tilt this axis a little bit more.
Anybody who's watching too, just as a reassurance, we're bringing divine light into your homes, clearing all your energies as well, so you have nothing to worry about. Zero, everything. You'll be more cleared after you watch this than you were when you watched it, and nothing is attaching to you. This is astral remote viewing mission. It's not like it's coming into your realm. I know some people are joining in on this, and I can see you as well. That's different, but you're also being cleared. So
yeah, if anyone's watching this, even on the replay or tomorrow or the next day, just join us, because you'll come into this timeline. Oops, just had to kill someone.
Earth Guardian is here. What's up? It's just energetic transformation of the grids. I'm a guardian gatekeeper with the crystalline network. You are assisting revitalizing the signatures of the original ley lines, and I am assisting as well. Okay.
Ever the crystal source beings lighting up the grid. She springs it and then shoots energy into it. So this is going to be quite a powerful event. Sure, that tilt's going a bit. I can't just all the way. It's going to New Earth. Won't be tonight though, but it's getting.
So I'm going to work on, while you're doing that, Phil, Divine Mother's telling me to work on bringing in a purity over everybody's neural networks to release the toxicity memories and impressions from these old grids out of your grids, to clear your grids so you can be re-upgraded, have no memory, no attachment to these density grids. So we're clearing that out for everybody, out of your cellular memory, out of your grids, all time dimensions, realities.
I'm going to pump some energy into the light grid. The light grid is your consciousness, and I'm just going to try and clear your fear. Get out of this change. I spelled that. This energy, if you got any problems, just focus on it. And Michael's assisting on Pegasus.
Okay. Now we're going to connect around the earth as well with some solar beings. They're coming in, some immortals, living deities. And we're just going to start funneling an energy around the earth right now as well, of solar, crystalline, diamond light, to help fill out.
Connecting to the crystal, Lemurian crystals underneath. Become a light grid. I mean, I'll become a light grid.
All right. So everybody is getting frequency keys right now for new frequencies coming in across the planet. Every human being is going to receive a new frequency, a higher frequency coming in, a crystalline frequency coming in for everybody.
You might feel aches and pains on your structure because part of you might be starting to come to crystalline, especially Kundalini sort of thing.
All right, this is good. I'm getting that we're completing right now. What are you seeing? Anything else, Phil? To
I'm just seeing Ever just lighting up the grids, and a vortex energy field going into the light grid to
Earth,
try and help people's consciousness.
Yeah. Okay, let's see if there's anything else I can do here. Yeah, I'm complete.
I think the work's nearly done.
Yeah, it's definitely.
Apart from the pain in my ankle.
Let's send our gratitude to all the families of lights, all the deities, light beings, angels, guides that came to assist today. We send our gratitude for the liberation consciousness of this planet. We thank you for your support.
Thanking anyone who came with us.
If anybody needs a ground, you can just breathe the crystalline energies through the crown, through all chakras. Exhale them out the soles of your feet, and just ground the crystalline frequencies into Gaia. We can do a grounding code as well. Enhance, amplify, expand, grounding, 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 grounding. And some may, through the upgrade, feel their heart accelerate because it's a very high frequency. It's totally normal. Just breathe in calm into the heart and exhale calm, and breathe in calm into the heart and exhale calm until your heart is slowed down. This will slow your heart rate down. And even though the light is very high, it will keep the calm heart. And when your heart is calm, everything is fine. So you just keep breathing in calm, exhaling calm, and your heart is just going nice and slow, even through the crystalline upgrade.
I'm bringing in all humanity, central sun energy into the auric field to build you up, to lift your vibration.
This was actually a pretty important mission. You know, you never know what's going to happen, but I've seen those beings with my two eyes. That type of reptilian being one time woke me up. I'm having nightmares, right? And it was the most disgusting thing I've ever seen in my life. One of the most disgusting things.
Were you 13 at the time?
No, but nice one. Thanks for bringing that back up again. So it was like 2 years ago, and I'm having these nightmares, and I wake up and I see this gross looking reptilian, like demonic value being, like this really slimy ones.
They have horrible faces, don't they?
Yeah, they're they're disgusting. They almost look like they have like little like things coming under their mouth, and he's going like this. And he's like feeding in dark code, so I have nightmares. And then he's
is it the one with
eating?
Is it the one with suckers here, like little tentacle suckers here?
Yeah.
They're nasty.
They're so gross, right? And then he's eating the energy, right? So feeding in dark code, and then so I'm giving nightmares so he can eat the. And I'm looking at him, and I'm just about to puke. I'm like, immediately I bring him into the light. Like 2 seconds, I'm like, no, this ain't happening. And it was shortly after that I said to the Divine Mother, I'm like, look, I'm not going to accept this. Like, this is just, I'm never going to allow this to happen again. And she's like, you can upgrade your codex, you know, so they can't hijack your codex. And then and Divine Mother showed me how to do that. Never had problems, but it was that kind of reptilian energy that was in that base.
When people have been given their codex or given their password inside, I change their codex. So actually, so it stops them possessing them, sort of thing.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah. I mean, a lot of people, some people might be watching, well, how do I upgrade my codex? And it's like,
you can go into the Akashic on the 11th chakra, get your book, and just change it.
Join one of Phil's healing lives or something, live events, or give us a show.
You know what I have done?
What?
I went into someone's Akashic and they had an experience, a serious experience. I rubbed it out. Nah. Yeah, I'm doing wrong doing that.
Okay, so you went into their Akashic and they had like a what experience?
They've got an experience to be ill here. You know, that serious illness.
Oh, yeah.
They've already been ill. They don't want it now. The human form doesn't want it. So just get a rubber, just rub it out. Take it out. Yeah, I don't think it's wrong. So.
I don't think so. I think right now all bets are off when it comes to all 3D contracts because we're moving into the 5th density, right? So
yeah,
from everything I've told, all you can do anything that is to help raise people's fields of light and raise their consciousness, like from a higher self to help any soul, any being on the planet. There's no limits at this point. You're not interfering with the soul's if it's for their higher good.
Yeah, because I'm a walking, I haven't got any contracts. I can do anything I want. I haven't signed up to anything, so. That was quite good, though. I enjoyed.
Have you got any further on the lotto lately? Yeah. You tried? You get more than 3?
I got a tenner today, I think.
Yeah. That's funny. Well, maybe after this one, they'll finally give you. You know what they're going to do, right? They're going to give you a winning lottery ticket, and then the ascension's going to happen.
I'll be stuck down here, everyone.
Yeah,
I've got my lotto.
Yeah. No, I'm staying.
I want to spend it first.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, the healing event I did last week with Deb and Rick, 7 hours. 1 a.m. it finished. I thought we could have done the Australian one as well. Just carry on.
Yeah, right. Yeah, your healing events are epic.
People don't realize it takes days to recover from something like that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And when I finished and go to bed, all my head is just going boom, boom, like pounding. It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, those for me, like if I have almost like a straight day of 1-to-1 sessions, like for me, like I'm holding so much light that I have to like ground. People don't even realize that, but yeah, sometimes I'm grounding for like 12 hours straight.
The people used to tell me that you ground with your root chakra, and I was starting to think, well, your root chakra's in the middle. What's under your feet in 2D? And it's tiger's eye is your grounding crystal for 2D. So you use tiger eye to ground yourself. I used to think it was red root chakra. Living there.
Yeah. The more that you like, as you know it, right? The more that you're tuning in, the more that you're bringing in frequency, like the more light that you're gonna have to end up grounding afterwards. You do
I've started bringing in galactic chakras, so I'm going in quite high densities now. But I can only use that energy if I'm healing someone who's quite awake. If they're not awake, I don't think they could hold the light, if you get what I mean. It's too strong.
Oh, yeah, you got to be careful. Yeah, what you bring in, for sure. Yeah. Well, I guess we'll sign off. What is it? 3 a.m. where you are? 2 a.m. or
2 a.m.
2 a.m.
It's Sunday morning anyway.
Yeah. We'll have a beautiful sleep at some point. And if you're not subscribed to Phil's YouTube, don't forget to like and subscribe.
Yeah.
Right?
We didn't get many watching this today.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure there will be more in the replay.
Yeah. Still 500.
Cool.
I think if I get 1,000, I might earn 20p a day.
Yeah, awesome.
What are you doing at the moment, by the way? On this new courses that you're looking at?
Oh, yeah. I should be ready to launch, hopefully within 2 weeks. It's very particular.
You said that last time.
I know. It's just, there's always more. It's like, I'm not doing it without everything being perfect. Like once it launches, it's just going to be, everything's just going to be perfect. And there's so much that goes into it. There's so many things that are happening with it. Like, one of the cool things that people are going to be able to do is a test your vibration quiz.
I wouldn't mind doing that.
Yeah, no, it's cool. Yeah, it's based on the Hawkins scale of consciousness, which goes from like lowest of shame and guilt at the lowest levels to I got this wasp in my house out of nowhere. It's so big too. It's like, whoa.
Yesterday, you just reminded me, yesterday, I thought I'll have a bath just before teaching martial arts and relax. And I'm there lying down, and right next to me, that far, was a wasp looking at me. And I thought, you've got to be joking. I am not going to be merciful on that wasp. But it was just looking at me, and then it started attacking me. And I was thinking, I just want a relaxing bath. So carry on, Dave. Sorry for that.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I'm just seeing what he's up to.
I've got a photo of the wasp. I'll show you.
That's too funny. Well, I'm probably gonna see what the kids are up to. I think I've been. I gotta go check on them.
You've had the pizza.
We had that earlier. Yeah. I gotta check on the dog, check on the kids, do all this wonderful stuff.
How is your dog? Is your dog doing all right?
Yeah. She's way better now. She's like almost 100% outside to the bathroom. I got her new harness because she was choking because she's got so much energy. She tries to shoot and pull you with the leash and stuff, and so I'm trying to teach her to walk slowly, but she's still always just a little bit, and it's driving me nuts because I can't stand to hear her choking.
Yeah, what I used to do. The wall's here. I used to go closer to the door, to the wall, till it used to bang his head on the wall, and then it starts slowing back. But you've got to be hard-faced sometimes with dogs.
Yeah.
They want to be the rulers, don't they, half the time?
Yeah.
Especially
they do, yeah. But she's good now. She's got like a body harness now, so she's not choking or anything, and she's actually walking better with the body harness too. So
that's good.
Everything seems to be going good.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I'm gonna get going, my brother. Thank you so much. Another amazing event. Great work, great job.
And another one next week.
Probably. Likely, yeah.
And the residents, that wasp is going for you again.
Oh no, I see it.
Go, let me send the signal so he can sting you.
No, you're not. It ain't happening. I'm blocking that signal. All right, I'll see you later.
See you, David. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.